All right, so I'm back and I made it safely from Northeast Philly. And finishing up the driver's side axle on this Dodge Ram and painting the calipers at the same time. So now he has to get the other wheel off and prep the caliper and paint it for the customer. Looks good.
Yeah, there's a few little blemishes from moving it around. This speed doesn't play as good as the other one, but
What?
like there's like little shit.
He's not worried about that.
But yeah, this took like 5 coats to get this right.
Were you giving my lift the stripes?
Gotta test it somewhere.
Test it on the lift. It's red.
It's already yeah, exactly. So it
No,
matches.
the lift here is
it
red.
matches already.
You're putting war paint on my lift.
Yeah, because it's constantly battled to puppies. Constantly a fight with this thing.
Come get your ride taken care of. I offered to do this for him, but he said he wanted to do this himself, but probably because it's so time consuming and he's done it a few times. But I said, yeah, I'll make these things look brand new for you.
Oh shit.
I'll make these look brand new for you. So big wheels, big problems, right, Jude? If you didn't have big wheels on this, the axle probably wouldn't have ripped apart on the inside because the geometry of the axles now is so low, the boots kind of rub together and wear out. Then we have the other Dodge Ram that's here. The transfer case is here. That's going to be an afternoon project. For all the customers that came in with severely dangerous, unsafe vehicles that I road tested, every one of those customers committed to fixing it. I'm a little taken back myself. So one of my peers in the business, when I was talking in our meeting, said that, let me back that up. I was explaining to my peers in a meeting that some of the customers were showing up with vehicles that were in such bad shape that I couldn't convert them into repairs. I mean, they were here for an oil change and the vehicle needed wiper blades. I'll give you simple stuff. Wiper blades, an air filter, maybe tires, maybe brakes. Nothing, in my opinion, that was super, super, super unsafe. And I'm going to talk about the unsafe vehicles after this. But I just couldn't convert them from the oil change to actually even a wiper blade, which is not a big deal. Some people maybe will do it themselves, or they weren't interested in us being their mechanic. But one of my peers said maybe it's a trust thing. The trust factor goes out the window as soon as they commit to coming in and saying, will you do an oil change for me, right? It's like no different than you go into your doctor and say, hey, I got the sniffles. And he says, I want to perform brain surgery, right? You already trust him enough to go there. And now he's making a recommendation on the next procedure for you. So I honestly don't feel that it was a trust thing for me. Hence, I'm the most transparent YouTube mechanic out here from beginning to ending for repairs and maintenance and whatever the case may be, even comebacks. So I don't necessarily feel that it's a trust thing. I kind of think it's a people thing, not necessarily trust. Like if you come in, right, and all your warning lights are on, your wiper blades are peeled right off, this is all obvious stuff, your door handle's broken, and I just say, you know, the car needs this, that, and the other thing, and so on and so forth, and you say just change the oil, and I'm like, hey, do you even just want to do one wiper blade? No. So then I take the trust factor out of it, right? You've already committed to a place, and then as soon as you kind of get in and talk to somebody and you make the commitment to say, okay, I'm going to sign in and let these guys work on my car, I don't think trust is a factor. Hence, Rachel got a phone call about a Valvoline trying to do an oil change for a customer that we did an oil change 6 months ago, and they said that they couldn't, you hear this? They couldn't get the drain plug out because there was some type of sealer on the drain plug. Every Quick Lube puts tamper-proof sealant or glue or whatever that stuff is on their drain plugs. And you would never hear our shop saying, we can't get the drain plug out because we see that. We would just take the drain plug out, and if there was problems, hey, Mr. Customer, you need a new drain plug or you don't need a new drain plug, right? Just keep moving. instead of them taking the wimpy factor, but they trusted a Valvoline to say that there was a further problem with your oil drain plug when there was absolutely zero. And I hope that customer comes back here so I could just do a video and show how simple it is. No different than Jiffy Lube and Valvoline and probably Take 5, that they do an oil change with the sealer around the drain plug, because one, they're trying to prevent the drain plug falling out or the drain plug leaking, or a customer go out there and loosening their drain plug, and then they come back and trying to get an engine. That's why we do this. And we do it because that's what I want done in my shop for oil change. Every drain plug gets sealer on it. It's not gluing it or welding it to the pan. It's just as pliable as...
And it's not because we're messing up the drain pan or anything, or the plug. It's to help prevent a comeback.
It's to help prevent issues, and that's why we do it. And no different than the Jiffy Lubes. They use red or blue, whatever. Ours is red or black.
Most of the time, they're using that just to index.
I see it that's behind it sometimes. I see it all around it. Sometimes I just see an index. Like there's many different ways that they do it.
I normally only see them using it for an index.
Pay closer attention, you'll see that sometimes it's all the way around on the drain plugs too. But I don't think you're really paying that much attention. You're just trying to get the job done. But if the drain plug was coming out, or we went to turn it and then it just fell out or something like that, yeah, there's obviously a problem.
The only thing I pay attention to when I'm doing an oil change, or draining the oil specifically, is how does the drain plug feel when it's on the way out?
Yeah.
And is it stripped? Like the actual nut or bolt itself stripped?
So they trust a place that doesn't really have real mechanics, but then you don't trust a place that's a YouTube superstar with real mechanics and real experience. So when I say trust, the trust factor is out the window. What's this truck right here have in it? Between
$10,000 wheels and tires, a couple thousand suspension. He's got a carbon fiber hood, tuned with whatever he did.
So there's probably 20 or 30,000 just in mods in the truck.
Yeah.
Plus the Corvette customer. Like, I don't think people are not coming here or not spending money on recommended service because they don't trust.
I mean, you've had an R8 here. You've done a motor swap. I don't know if you've done more than that.
Oh yeah, we've done
that LS3.
Yeah, many.
Yeah.
So when someone says maybe it's a trust thing, I highly doubt it. There's another problem there. But back to the customers who were driving the first, what'd I say? First, second scariest, or
the second and third scariest vehicles driven.
Driven in 2025. That customer fixed his car, completely happy. He went to someplace, right? The trust. He went in there and dropped $3,000, and I could trust you. He left with nothing fixed properly, and then wound up here and trusted me and my staff, and out the door, no problem. And we didn't even resolve all his problems. We resolved his front end issue.
And then the third one is on the left right now. We're getting that.
Right. So the second one, what was that? Yes. What was that second one?
We haven't done that yet. The second one's the transfer case.
Oh, so the second one is the transfer case. He trusts me. We're going to do a transfer case. We're going to fix the hub bearing. You know, even though he has an older modified Dodge Ram, he's probably got equal amount of mods in his truck. I bet Tim's got 30. I bet there's 30,000 in mods in that truck.
Possibly. I mean, he's got the wheel lights.
Yeah, suspension's all done the right way. Wheels done.
But
carbon fiber hood.
This suspension
tuner.
isn't that expensive.
But he still had to pay someone to do it.
$1,500 for it.
I think he said he paid $3,000 or $4,000 just in labor.
In labor? For what?
All the suspension work and alignment.
That's crazy.
I heard another guy who was at JS Auto House had a newer Jeep. It was $10,000 in labor to upgrade his braking system and all his suspension on a friggin' Jeep. Not including the parts. Labor alone was $10K. These dudes are just throwing money at places.
You could do that in half a day.
Not including the wheels and tires, which are probably another $10K on his Jeep. But off the subject, so the one fixed, no problems. The second one is still here. Caleb's going to get to that later. We'll make some videos. Not the rears, dum-dum, just the fronts. Does it look red? Come on. Hold on, I just said this to April. How many different ways can I say red? She says, well, how about bright red, a little red, almost red? I'm like, I knew you were going to say that. Red is red. It's not. So he didn't care if it wasn't exact. Did you guys get any recommendations on that CRV? All right, so next, I just chuckle.
Oil change.
Yeah, never mind dry rotted tires, never mind differential fluids and all that stuff. It's a trust thing, right?
No, it's getting tires out of the shop tomorrow.
Oh, how about that? Well, why didn't they just go and get an oil change at a different shop tomorrow? Make any sense to you? Like, why would you hop from shop to shop to shop? It really annoys me. And risk that you're not going to have a good experience. Knowing 100% here, you're going to have a great experience. So the second one is in for repair. The third one is in the shop, is working on it. And the customer said they wanted all parts. I'm like, where do you want me to put your old tire, your old calipers and brake hoses and control arms? And I said, you're going to have bags of trash parts in your car, and it's not like little small pieces. So then they said, can you just take pictures of everything? Absolutely. Kale will lay them all on the ground. Then we told them there was core charges on it. That changed the calipers because we have to pay it for it. So this was another one that we're gonna get straightened out, which was completely unsafe to drive. I'll do a separate video for her, and then Rachel can just handle it. I mean, it is what it is. That's it. So everybody who doesn't know us, right, Caleb, that came in with severe major issues, committed to us fixing their car.
Yep.
So I don't honestly feel that it's a trust issue when people don't or do fix their car.
Well, and she came here with a lack of trust in us.
Yeah.
Because her car started shaking. We put a wheel and tire on it 2 months ago, so...
Yeah, but it didn't come in the shop for anything. It was come in,
well, yeah,
jacked it up outside,
No,
put a tire on it.
But she was hoping, she wasn't throwing us under the bus. She was hoping that the issue was just related to...
I agree with you. So the return for more problems was the car was never in the shop. It was outside. All we did was jack it up, put a new rim and tire on the back of the car. And then a month later, you're back with major front end issues because we never checked the car out. Your car never made it in the shop. And the customer should be asking for that. But I agree with you.
She wasn't accusatory the way she said it.
I get it, but she was probably in most cases thinking, because she said to Rachel, is there any chances that the tire and rim you put on is causing my vehicle to do this? And then not from the rear of your car. Like this, we're working on the front of the car, not the back of the car. All the problems are in the front. Let alone that the left front tire is not in good shape, which you're getting now too, right? Yeah. For a tire and you don't want anything else, and we're busy, we're just gonna do it outside. You know, we don't know the condition of your car. So they trust. And then the trust is gonna be what, Caleb, when you road test it? That the car's not doing this, shaking down the road, and when you hit the brakes, it's not gonna change lanes.
Yep.
Facts. All three of, they're not regulars either, so I don't consider this person a regular.
No, I think this is her second time here. The first was for that tire.
Yeah, not a regular. The Dodge Ram guy is not a regular.
I don't know if I've ever seen that truck here before.
He was here for cats from a referral, and then he declined a laundry list of repairs back then. And then he had work done at another shop that's all screwed up, and we offered to diagnose it for him, and he said no. That's all I can say is whatever he told you is wrong with it wasn't what's wrong with your air conditioning. So he said fix the unsafe conditions so he can drive it, and he's going to do that. And I trust that if he gave us the permission to diagnose his AC, that I will tell him what's wrong with it and we can fix it. Where the other shop fell short. So yeah, I don't feel once you come into an establishment that once you say, yes, I want you to perform a service, the trust thing is kind of out the window. And when I went, listen, I went to this Northeast Philly junkyard or recycler, Caleb.
Was there trust there? You trust them?
I didn't trust the drive into the neighborhood, and then I didn't really trust going in because it was so rough. But once I met the woman inside, it changed everything for me. And same thing for April. So if I put in perspective what your eyes see and then what you get, it's two different scenarios. Yeah, like it was dirty, it was dingy, you know, but it was a woman operated. There was another woman in there, and I was like, yeah, I mean, this is cool. You're in the business. I like what I see here, and she was cool. But yeah, the drive in was rough. The drive out was rough neighborhood. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different things going on. It's kind of not like here at all. Yeah, trust right there. Taking off what, a $2,000 rim?
I don't know. I don't know for 2,000 a piece.
Maybe for the set.
For 4? I bet a tire's $300.
No, the tires at least. I mean, they're 22s. These are probably $600 new. Maybe more.
Crazy, right? Big wheels. You know what's funny too? And Tim's my buddy, and I've known him for a long time. But everything he has is big, and he's short.
He's compensating, that's why.
Huh?
He's compensating, that's why.
All right, get this crap done. Thanks for watching. Let's go up here and see what the lovely Yvonne needs. Stop watching my guys work in the bays. You're making them nervous. Hide your shirt. Look at this woman. How are you?
Great.
Can I have the keys?
And she has them.
I have them.
What's your problem?
And I have Carol's too.
The-
Yeah, for-
Kelly. I'll tell you this, right?